And this individual sees how people warm to you. They may also feel like you get special treatment in a way. You know, they may feel as if people want to befriend you. People go above and beyond for you in some cases. They may see how people that are the opposite gender fall in love with you, or in that are the same gender, right? But they see how people actually respect you. People find you to be very beautiful, not just outwardly, inwardly. And because of this fact, you get treated a certain way that they don't get treated in. Like, you can attract a certain caliber of partner. You know, a lot of people respect you. A lot of people want the best for you. A lot of people are attracted to your energy. And this is very confusing for this individual. You know, this person may have thought, again, they had one over you, because you could be, I'm hearing the word single for some of you, but they are seeing, or they're hearing, that you have many suitors. Not just standard suitors, you have high caliber suitors that want to actually engage with you, be in a relationship with you. You have suitors that want to befriend you, you know, not just romantic suitors, suitors that want to collaborate with you, and they feel like, you know what, I can be friends with this guy, I can be friends with this girl. And this person, they feel like because of who they are and what they present outwardly, it should be handed on a plate to them, whereby you don't chase this type of attention that this person wants, and you gain it. And it really affects this individual, whether or not they want to admit it. It really affects them, because we've got the Three of Swords in the reverse, right? Because again, they feel like they should have the cream of the crop and you should have the crumbs. You know, this person does find you charming, and this individual themselves, they could be extremely charming, but they could be very charming for the wrong reasons. And with their type of charm, people are able to sense that there's some sort of fakeness behind this charm. It's always to gain something. You know, I'm not saying you can't be charming to gain something, but it's always like a hidden agenda with this person. Their energy could be quite electric. You know, they could attract a lot of attention. And again, your energy could be very electric, but I feel like your electric energy is very subtle. Only those that get close to you and get to know you will realize that there's another side to you. But there's a difference between your electricity and their electricity, right? They could be louder or they could be quieter. There's something different. And this person feels like you are emotionally balanced, you know, and this is very puzzling to this individual. And it's like they're waiting for you to crack up. They're waiting for you. This individual finds you to be perfect. No one's perfect, right? But they feel like there must be something, you know, beneath the veil. It's like that they're trying to find a flaw. And they feel like you are a go-getter. They feel like you're very determined, you're very focused, you're very stable, you know where you want to go. And with this individual, they feel all over the place. You know, they want to achieve a certain goal, and they just feel like their energy is exaggerated because they're very discombobulated, they're very detached energetically, their energy's pulled in different directions, whereas they feel like, how come you know where you want to go and you always meet your target? You know, this person could be quite defensive in regards to you, to the point whereby they may have done things to leave you out in the cold. And I don't feel like on a soul level they were aware of why they done this. And in the moment they may feel like they're not doing anything wrong, but they have done things in the past, and they could potentially try and do things in the future to sabotage you, because they see you as very stable. You know, they see you as someone that can have it all, or someone that has got it all, you know, beauty, charms, grace, mentally intact, you know, and just at peace with yourself. And they just feel like they can't have you around them because it's too much, because you highlight their indiscrepancies within self. And this is the type of person that doesn't want to do the work. They just want everything here and now. You know, this person may feel as if you have spiritual gifts that, you know, they were never ever be able to access, or they could also have gifts as well, but they feel like they can't direct their gifts in the right way, because again, they're all over the place, they're very scattered, and they don't want to actually do the work. And they feel like, how come they're in tune with God or whoever you believe in, and I'm not. They are also in tune, but they could not have the same abilities as you, because I'm hearing for some of you, their abilities have been stripped for some of you, but for others of you, the gifts that they got are for them at their level. They may not be equipped to have the gifts that you got, because I'm hearing for some of you, they will use the gifts for the bad, and also the gifts that they got, they need to use it, but they're not using it. And again, going back to the fact, if they had the gifts that you've got, they would manipulate situations, because they tend to do that in the now. They're very selfish, and this is why they end up in situations such as the Wheel of Fortune being in reverse, meaning to me that this individual could do so much. They have a wealth of knowledge, they have a wealth of intelligence, they have a wealth of abundance within them, but it's stuck, it's stagnated, and it's because they haven't done the work. It's because of their actions that are keeping them stuck, that are keeping them in a stagnated place, and only until they evolve and do the work, then they'll be able to evolve higher. But they're unwilling to do that. They just want to grab without, putting in the effort, putting in the work, stepping over people to get to where they want to go. And it doesn't really work like that. And this person feels like you have it all, whereby every time they try and take that leap of faith, it leads to dead end, or unfortunately they just feel like they're stuck. Any ideas that they have, it doesn't go anywhere, because they don't have that input. They feel like they don't have for some of you, they don't have the same ideas as you. They feel also that, because I feel like this person wants to be like an entrepreneur, they want to put themselves out there, but they just feel stuck right now. And they look at you in resentment, and they feel like you have it so much easier, and maybe you don't. Maybe you have it harder than this individual. They feel as if the manifestations, everything they wanted to do hasn't come through. In the now, they should be in a position of power, but instead in their head, it's you're climbing high, you're leaving them behind, right? They feel like you have left them behind, which is making them grow very toxic towards you. So for some of them, this individual has either shut you out, they may have cut you off unexpectedly, or they may have done things to try and make you feel less than. And it's because of their anger with themselves as to where they're not, as to where they are not where they want to be in their life right now. And it's almost as if they feel like it's your fault. And Spirit is saying that even if you are around this person, or try and limit your time around this individual, because they will end up turning on you, because this person, they have a lot of things that they actually do need to unpack with the Devil card, right? And their fixation on you is growing to some type of obsession. They're becoming very obsessed with your growth. They're becoming very obsessed with winning, but again, they don't want to put in the work, because they have been trying to secretly compete with you in the background. And see how his eyes are just staring, but they've been trying to secretly compete with you in the background. And they don't understand that the real competition is with themselves. They feel like you're standing in the way of them being a success, of being a boss, of being a CEO, of their manifestations coming into fruition, of them being a pioneer, of them making a lot of money. There's something about you that they feel is standing in their way. And what is actually standing in their way is them not doing the healing work. If they feel that way towards you, then they need to look at why they feel that way towards you, because it's almost as if some sort of admiration, only for some of you, some sort of admiration has turned into hateration. For others of you, I feel like this individual always felt like they should be on top. Like, they're very shocked that it's you that's doing well. They're very shocked that you are emotionally balanced and that you are just doing your own thing, and they want to be like you, but at the same time they wouldn't want to be in your energy, because they feel like their energy is much better, their personality is much better, they should be the one that stands out, and they should be the one that should be shining. Like, So in a sense, they feel like they're better than you, but at the same time, they feel like, why is everyone like them? It should be me that everyone's pining over. It should be me that, people want to settle down with. For some of you, you could be getting married to someone, and this individual feels like they should have been married before you, or, there's something around that. There's a lot of scrambling going on with this individual, and it's a scrambling of trying to understand themselves, and scattering themselves. I feel like, again, there's an energy of confusion as to why people are drawn to you and not them. And this person feels as if it will take a lot for them to overcome what they need to overcome. So that's why this person's in an energy of the here and now. Don't want to do the inner work. Want everything handed to me. Want everything given to me. They even may feel like they have nothing to overcome. And that's where self-denial and lack of self-awareness comes into play. And then it ties in with being jealous of other people that are moving towards their goals and being very successful, and not understanding